Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Rizwan.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
প্রফেসর মিজান আসেনি?
স্যারকে আমি দেখছি না, আমি শিওর জয়েন করবেন স্যার, নাসমিন নিশ্চয় যোগাযোগ করবেন। আর 11টা বোধহয় বাজেনি স্যার, আমরা একটু আগেই জয়েন করেছি, 10:58 বোধহয় বাজে স্যার।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
ওয়ালাইকুম
জি
স্যার
আসসালাম।
আমার সাথে স্যার কথা হয়েছে স্যার, স্যার জয়েন করবে কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যে।
প্রভিসি স্যার কি জয়েন করবেন নাসমিন?
স্যার প্রফেসর স্যার আসতে পারবেন না।
আইসি, আচ্ছা। আর আমরা চিফ গেস্ট হিসেবে কি স্যারকেই তো রেখেছি নাকি আরো কোনো
জি
গেস্ট
স্যার,
আছে?
মিজান স্যারকে। না স্যার,
জি,
আর কেউ নেই স্যার।
থ্যাংক ইউ নাসমিন। জি, আর আমরা কি ফেসবুকে থাকছি না শুধু গুগল মিটেই আছি?
স্যার আমরা স্যার এটা আসলে আমি ঠিক একটু স্যার আমি কনফার্ম হয়ে নিচ্ছি, আমাদের ফেসবুক লাইভে থাকার কথা স্যার।
ওকে, জি
জি ম্যাম, আমরা ফেসবুক লাইভে
স্যার আছি স্যার ফেসবুক লাইভে।
জি শুনেছি, জি থ্যাংক ইউ নাসমিন।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
মিজান, আব্দুর রব খান।
ও রবি, কেমন আছেন?
জি ভালো আছি, আপনি কেমন আছেন বলেন?
থ্যাংক ইউ ভাই, নাইস টু সি ইউ আফটার।
Thank you, sir.
স্যার আমরা শুরু করি স্যার।
প্লিজ।
Yeah, you are right at 11 o'clock. So you can start definitely, yes.
জি, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ স্যার।
Respected Chief Guest, Professor
Your house
Dr.
seems
Mizanur
full.
Rahman, Guest of Honor, Professor Dr. Abdurrab Khan, the Chairman of the Department of Law, Professor Dr. Muhammad Rizwanul Islam, the Faculty Advisor of NSULMS, Nasmin Jabin Noor Ma'am, and to everyone present here, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. I am Gianni Marsina Haq, and I have the honor of being the anchor for this beautiful morning. For unavoidable circumstances, our respected Pro-Vice Chancellor of NSU, Professor Dr. M. Ismail Hussain, could not be present here, but sir's prayers and wishes are of course with us. Northsouth University Law and Mooting Society is an organization of the students of Department of Law. Starting its journey in 2017, our club has come a long way. We're the first in the country to launch the event of a law fest, and we have launched it not just for the one time, but twice. We have the event of street law and community lawyering, where members have the chance of practically knowing the legal problems and challenges of a whole community. NSULMS prides itself to have the most efficient learning sessions for mooting, and we hold intra-moot court competitions for further testing and skill development. In the pandemic, we had several webinars, held our learning sessions of mooting online, held the intra-moot court competition 2020 online. And now, we can proudly say the launch of this significant event, Legal X presents Legal Combat 2021. Even when all of us are bound to our houses, NSULMS thrives. We welcome you all in this grand event of our esteemed club. Let us begin this auspicious event through a recitation from the Holy Quran by our member, Noqib Ashraf.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان صدق الله العظيم ইরশাদ হচ্ছে পরম করুণাময় আল্লাহ যিনি শিক্ষা দিয়েছেন কোরআন যিনি মানুষকে সৃষ্টি করেছেন এবং মানুষকে শিখিয়েছেন বর্ণনা চাঁদ এবং সূর্য তার নির্দেশ মতো চলে এবং বৃক্ষলতা এবং প্রকৃতি তার প্রতি সিজদারত আছে তিনি আকাশকে সমুন্নত করেছেন এবং মাটিকে করেছেন তুলাদন্ত ধন্যবাদ
Thank you, Noklip, for the beautiful Quran tilawat. Now, the faculty advisor of NSULMS, Nasmeen Jabin Noor ma'am, is our pillar of strength and always has been. It can be said that Nasmeen ma'am guides us like the stars guide sailors safely. Now, I would humbly request our respected faculty advisor to say a few words.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you so much, Siani. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Mizanur Rahman, former Chairman of National Human Rights Commission and founder of ELCOP, respected Dean Sir of School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Dr. Abdurrab Khan, respected Chair, Department of Law, Professor Dr. Rizwanul Islam, my colleagues, respected guests, and my beloved students of NSULMS. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to the inauguration ceremony of Legal Combat 2021. It is a matter of privilege for me to be able to speak today before our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Mizanur Rahman, who also happens to be my mentor. I had the privilege of working under Sir as intern of National Human Rights Commission in the year 2011. That one-year experience has helped me to become the person I am today in so many ways. I have learned the true meaning of self-dignity and rebellious lawyering. I also had the opportunity to learn from Sir while participating at the 10th National Human Rights Summer School, which was organized by ELCOP. NSULMS is very privileged to have the opportunity to welcome Sir, as who is also the best law teacher in South Asia as the chief guest for today's event. Sir has been a strength for all the law students and also has been a strength for our NSULMS. He has provided constant support for NSULMS and has guided us in so many ways. I cannot thank him enough for being so generous and supportive towards our club. This event, Legal Combat, is designed in different segments which consist of case presentation, gray zone talk, law seminar, closing ceremony, and so on. Participants will explore different areas of law and share knowledge on different contemporary issues. The objective of this event is to create a platform for our legal minds to place their perspectives and views on legal matters of their interest. I'm grateful to our Honorable Chief Guest for accepting our invitation and for joining us today. I would also like to thank our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, who is not here, but Sir has provided us kind support and guidance throughout the whole program, throughout the whole initiative. I would also like to thank Professor Govinda Goswami Sir, who is a director of our student affairs, for helping us organizing this event. Special thanks to our Honorable Dean Sir, Professor Dr. Abdurrab Khan, for being a great encouragement to our student. My sincere thanks to our respected Chairman, Department of Law, Professor Dr. Rizwanul Islam, for guiding us through. With this, I would also like to thank our title sponsor, LegalX, for being so generous and providing us this, the fund to organize this event and also for sponsoring this event as well. I'm grateful to all our academics and administrative heads and staff for being a great help to our law students, to our NSULMS. Special thanks to NSU Authority, the Office of the Vice Chancellor, the Office of the Pro Vice Chancellor, Office of the Student Affairs, Finance and Account, Office of the Proctor, Office of the PR. I'm truly grateful to all of you and thank you so much. With this, I'm concluding my speech. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, ma'am, for such beautiful and encouraging words. The respected chairman of the Department of Law, Professor Dr. Rizwanul Islam Sir, has always extended his kind support and consideration towards NSULMS and has encouraged every venture it has taken, including LegalX Presents Legal Combat 2021. Now, I would humbly request Sir to honor us with a few words.
Thank you, Gianni. My esteemed teacher, Professor Mizanur Rahman sir, esteemed Dean of NSU SHSS, Professor Dr. Abdurrahman Khan sir, my esteemed colleague, Ms. Nasmin Jameen Noor, and my other esteemed colleagues and dear students of North Law Department and also from other universities. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. Dear participants and esteemed colleagues, let me be a little bit personal first. Let me talk about our chief guest, Professor Dr. Mizanur Rahman sir. Because I guess Sir has been the pioneer in introducing events like this and making a difference to the life of many like myself or Nasmin, as Nasmin has very extensively and elaborately explained on her on the benefits that she has obtained from her interactions with Sir. I may not have had that opportunity to work very closely with Sir, but I had the privilege of being taught public international law by Mizan Sir. And that in a way has provided me the grounding that I needed for my master's in US and also many of my subsequent writings, particularly my doctoral thesis and also many of my current research projects. But that is something that many other teachers may have done that taught us well, prepare us for a career in academia or in other law-related fields. But where I think Sir stands apart from anyone else in our legal academia is he has taken the law teaching and law education beyond the classroom. That is through ELCOP, through this street lawyering, and currently also through mooting and other activities. I don't think anyone else can claim that same credit that Mizan sir can. So thank you, sir, for inspiring so many of us through your very illustrious academic and I would say also other roles in public life. Now, regarding today's event, as our NSULMS motto has been to set precedent, I think NSULMS in its short journey has really set precedents in many areas through some of the events that already Gianni has very nicely mentioned. Nasmin has also elaborated on. I don't want to replicate them, but I would say that NSULMS takes our law department, although it is not a part of the law department as such, but in a way it takes us beyond the law school, it takes us to the broader community. And I'm very thankful to Nasmin for her wonderful work. And also, I must not forget the students, the founders of NSULMS, the current executive members, the sub-executive members, and also many ordinary members who may not be in the EB or sub-EB, but whose support is no less important. And I must thank the sponsor, and also I must welcome all of you who are from other universities for extending your support to our program, for being with us. I hope you would have a fruitful exchange, and particularly during this time when we are mostly stuck at our home. Many of you are frustrated, I am told, although I am not entirely sure if it is about academic exchanges, academic endeavors, or if it is about missing the campus. I believe it is more the second one than the first one, but whatever it is, I think events like these give you an opportunity to feel that you are a part of a broader community. You are not just behind the screen and interacting with your teachers via online. So I think in that regard, this event also makes a big contribution. I would also like to thank our Dean Sir. He has always been very generous and supportive. Any event proposal that we make through Sir always sort of helps us through his words of wisdom, encouragement, and unrelenting support. So on behalf of the department and also on behalf of NSULMS, I would like to thank Sir for his support. With that note, I would wish you a very successful event. Thank you for being with us. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and very, very beautiful words. Now, our honorable guest of honor has always been a beaming ally to NSULMS and to our events, including Legal X Presents Legal Combat 2021. Professor Dr. Abdurrab, sir, I would humbly request you to say a few words now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So can you hear me now? Yeah. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Mizanur Rahman, Chair of the Department of Law, Professor Janul Islam, my dear faculty members of the Department of Law, and also guests from other parts of universities of Bangladesh, as well as the participants to this very interesting session that you're going to have in terms of legal combat. It's my pleasure to be, as a non-law person, to be part of this process. And I'm getting a feeling that each of you here present have a fond memory of our chief guest, Professor Mizanur Rahman. And I cannot be also deprived of that benefit. My fond participation in winter school, law winter school in Bard, where I and my former DZ, where I was working in BIS, we participated, and we had a very interesting session for 2 days long participation. So thank you, Professor Mizan, for again meeting you, connecting up again in this occasion. Now, Department of Law and Law and Mooting Society of North-South University, both of these entities are very new in NSU history, but I'm very happy to tell you, because I have been involved in the founding of the department as well as the Law and Mooting Society, that this department as well as the Mooting Society as a co-curriculum body has been very active in promoting legal education, not only in North-South University, but also among the students and practitioners and faculty members in Bangladesh. I remember many of the events which I don't need to enlist here that they have organized. Only thing that I feel now when I remember the moot court that is in the 6th floor of North-South University in North Academic Building is just lying vacant. I feel very sad that we cannot go and sit there. But I hope this occasion will provide an occasion of just remembering the moot court and also kind of having a kind of feeling that you are part of the process where moot court actually has a hands-on practice on legal issues. I'm very happy that you are going to organize this for 2 days, and students with a lot of insights and their professional career. What I like most that you are reaching out to non-law students and non-law participants. I think this is a very good idea. I would encourage that let the Mooting Society in fact also spread this legal education process among students of North-South University first, and then to other non-law students in Bangladesh. I think this would be a good idea because law is of common interest to all of us, but we very often forget that because we don't come across kind of issues of practice, issues of setting precedent of law. So I think it's a good idea. And I think Law and Mooting Society provides a kind of good platform where you can bring the alumni, the law alumni, right? Your platform will be able to bring them and make them live in their fond memories of North-South education. So I think this platform should be more activated, and you should be participating a lot of it. I would recommend that let the Mooting Society be hyperactive in its activities, and you will be remembered everywhere. With this, I wish this program a success. Our Provisy, who could not join us, I wish you could join. So I think this is a good occasion, and I wish you a tremendous success of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your invaluable words. Our respected honorable chief guest is a man of outstanding caliber. professor and the former chairman of law, University of Dhaka, recipient of the Best Law Teacher in South Asia Award 2010, the former chairman of National Human Rights Commission, Bangladesh, former consultant to UNICEF, former consultant to ILO, UNDP, the World Bank, national consultant to GOB, consultant to the Ford Foundation, USA, consultant to Soros Foundation, USA, consultant to Save the Children UK, Save the Children Denmark, NORAD, the European Commission, etc. Sir is also the founder of ELCOP, working tirelessly towards the betterment of people, and a pioneer in curriculum designing of legal education in Bangladesh. Professor Dr. Mizanur Rahman, sir, I would humbly request you to address the ceremony and kindly grace us with your words.
Anchor, for your very kind and nice words. Hassan Himel, the president of North-South University Law and Voting Society, Honorable Dean of Khan, the chair of the department, student Dr. Rizwanul Islam, Nasmin Javin Noor, the faculty, dear students of this event, which is Presence Legal Combat 2021. I'm privileged to be present amongst you. I chief guest to be present on such an occasion. To be present as a listener would have sufficed. Where I belong to, the students and the legal fraternity. I enjoy most interacting with the students wherever they're from and with whichever institution related with. That hardly makes any difference for me as long as you are interested in law and you are energy, vitality, your resources only for the betterment of and upliftment of the people of this country. Let me tell you that, Nasmin made this remark in her statement that you always want to be very creative in your approach. I must say that yes, when I came across the program, Legal Combat, we generally don't use legal combat. In the system, the procedure that you follow in the course of law, combating, but we never use the word combat in legal vocabulary as such. And through the legal combat, you are accommodating the different segments of a program which are necessary for building of the skills and acumen of the students of law, the future lawyers of the country. I think that is exceptionally brilliant and truly creative. So I commend you all for this very innovative approach to the learning and teaching of law and the legal skills. Now, since you are engaging in a mooting competition alongside other sort of, the combating skills like legal case presentation, legal workshop, online, I understand, are these skills and acumen of each one of you. But the fundamental question that we always need to ask ourselves is to serve foremostly. Is it the client? Are you talking about the individual client? Or are you talking about a group client? Or is it ultimately seeking the truth and establishing justice. Officer of the court of law to help the court in reaching and finding the truth, serving the society at large, society to be your client, individual case that you're fighting the court of law, or are you serving the state? Though might appear to be very philosophical and academic, but I believe that these are the questions that each one of us must face and find an answer to in order to find ourselves in the lawyers, and why we are sort of training ourselves as the future lawyers. Just bring only one simple incident, and let me probably try to explain it, that why I today choose to talk about the foremost and fundamental duty of a lawyer. Example might seem to be a bit, for many it might seem a bit vulgar. For many it might seem to be very unacademic. I think that this is below the academic standard of the university to talk about. I am convinced that these are the questions that we need to deal in our everyday life as a student of law. Participants, I am talking about one actress of Bangladesh, so-called Hollywood, and now under trial prisoner. Nation witnessed how an actress was arrested from her home in the country. The way that this thing was broadcast, the way that the law enforcement agencies to the house of an actress, what is going to happen, then probably anyone, an outsider, would have thought something very dangerous, attack, or something of that sort is going to happen. And in order to prevent that, the law enforcement agencies in huge numbers have gathered and surrounded the house of that very small little, a lady, a actress in the cinema. See? This, the showing of this brute force of the state, very weak individual, the concern of the law students today. There to put of these individual clients. Think of the larger picture of how helpless an individual is in the potent state of the modern days. Must keep in our mind, whatever we do, capacity ultimately we are blessed and we are blessed with. Let us not forget the poor, the marginalized, the vulnerable, the helpless, whom we need to serve foremostly and fundamentally as the students of law of a country like Bangladesh. Enough occasions for you. Earning money is not a crime, but not spending your skills for the benefit of the downtrodden, for the benefit of the poor, for the empowerment of the marginalized, that I would consider to be in this country. How we attain this country, who shed the blood for the independence of this country. Among the 3 million people who shed their lives for the independence of the country, 2.3 million of those who sacrificed their lives for the independence of this country were peasants and students. majority of those coming from rural Bangladesh towns. It is not Gulshan Dhanmuni Baridhara who sacrificed their blood for the independence of this country. Let us not forget this very brute and truth, the history of this nation. We cannot but serve the vulnerable, the marginalized. And you are the students of law. Obviously, you have a foremost duty to these people of the country. They should be considered to be the foremost clients of this country. Stand for them. Empower them. Just 2 months back, in a global conference on rebellious lawyering, with which I have been working for the last almost 22 years. To know that after my presentation on rebellious lawyering, the of teaching and learning of law has been accepted by a good number of universities in South America, and I am very proud that I could share the experiences of Bangladesh, the way Bangladeshi students have been learning the law, by going to the communities themselves, real part of law, the content and the essence of law, not from the black letter law, but from the lives of the people, trying to understand the suffering, the pains, and the deprivations of the people of this country, and therefore take law as an instrument that how you eradicate the discrimination, how you empower these people so that you can make the people better, happier, and a dignified citizen of a country known as the People's Republic of Bangladesh. And I'm pretty sure that Professor Abdurrahman Khan, as a very distinguished researcher and an accomplished researcher of the country, he knows it far better than I do. আমাদের বাংলাতে আমাদের রাষ্ট্রের নাম আমরা সংবিধানেই করেছি গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাংলাদেশ। এখন আমার মাঝে মাঝে মনে হয় যে এই বাংলাটা ঠিক আছে কিনা, পিপলস রিপাবলিক বাংলাদেশ নামটা গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাংলাদেশ হওয়া উচিত, সেটা হচ্ছে এটা নাম বোধ হওয়া উচিত জনগণতান্ত্রিক বাংলাদেশ, জনগণতান্ত্রিক বাংলাদেশ, নট গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাট জনগণতান্ত্রিক বাংলাদেশ। People oriented, democracy oriented. It has to be based on the rule of law. It cannot be based on the whims and caprices of the rulers at any particular point of time. And from the principles of the rule of law, from the due process of what is going to, lead us to peril, to a situation where at the end of the day we'll be seeing only darkness. But that is something, should have been something of the past. For the darkness. And whatever is there in the future, it should have been only light and nothing but light. We are appalled. At times we are worried. At times we are concerned that whether we are heading towards the right direction. And these are the things that as students of law, you have to deal with, you have to test, you have to strive, and you have to make and effect changes which are necessary in order to people, the true owners of the republic. You always know the Article 7 of the Constitution says all powers in the republic belong to the people. সকল ক্ষমতার মালিক জনগণ। How do you define the people? Who are the people? People of the Constitution? We, the people of Bangladesh. That's how the preamble begins. We, the people of Bangladesh. The 170 million people of Bangladesh, we the people. But in reality, are the people, the villages, the peasants, the workers, are they the true owners of the republic? These are the questions that I'm just putting forward for you to deliberate on, for you to ponder over, and then find an answer to. Because if there is an anomalous situation, then probably there's something us to intervene, to try to rectify. when you bring this legal education out of the textbooks, real lives of the people of this country, only then you can claim yourself to be a true student of law, whom I fondly call rebellious lawyer. My dear students, my dear participants of this Legal Combat 2021, I call upon you to engage in a lawyering which would be different from traditional lawyering. Appeal to you to engage in a learning process which would be anti-generic learning of the law, and invite you yourselves as rebellious lawyers who would change the face of law, justice, and legal education in this country. And I'm sure that your today's event, Inaugurate, would add, much content and vitality to the philosophy of rebellious lawyering that we have been professing and propounding for so long. Let me express my very sincere gratitude for inviting me as the chief guest to inaugurate this event. I feel extremely humbled by your initiative, and I express my sincere gratitude to all of you. And with these few words, I wish you Godspeed and all the success in your event. Hearing me for so long.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very significant words. It is a great honor to have you amongst us, sir. Now, esteemed guests and ladies and gentlemen, I would request the president of NSULMS, Kamrul Hassan Himel, to kindly say a few words and give the vote of thanks for everyone present here.
Assalamu alaikum. Honorable Chief Guest of the event, Dr. Mizanur Rahman sir, respected Guest of Honor, Dean School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Dr. Abdurrahman Khan sir, respected Chair of the Department, Dr. Mizanur Islam sir, our most valued invited guest, and dear students. I, on behalf of NSULMS, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all guests for their outstanding speech and warm welcome for being with us today in this inauguration ceremony of NSULMS Legal Combat. I'm grateful to the Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Mizanur Rahman sir, for giving us his valuable time and for being a great inspiration for our department. I'm also very grateful to Professor Dr. Abdurrahman Khan sir for guiding us and for being us today in this event. I wish to express my gratitude to the Chair of the Department, Dr. Mizanur Islam sir, for his support, and special thanks to NSU Authority and personnel involved for helping us in every possible means. Thanks to our beloved invited guests and students. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my thanks to the super energetic EBs and members of NSULMS for helping us with this event. I believe this event will be a great event. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And stay safe. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for your vote of thanks. Our respected guests and everyone present in the ceremony, let us all bask in this moment of pure joy for the official inauguration of Legal X Presents Legal Combat organized by NSULMS 2021 and pray for the success of it. I thank all of our honorable guests and faculties for gracing us with their presence, and I thank Legal X for their support. Best of luck to the participants. Everyone, please be safe during the pandemic and please abide by health guidelines. I hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Mizan, for being with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Nasmin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam. Thank you. See you then later.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
না থ্যাঙ্কস তো আপনাকে দিতে হবে, প্রোগ্রাম তো আপনি করছেন। গুড লাক। তিনটায় জয়েন করব। আর উই লাইভ ইয়েট? এটা কি শেষ না এখন? লাইভ তো শেষ হওয়া উচিত।
ওয়াসি লাইভ কি শেষ করে দিয়েছেন? করে দেন।
Sure, ma'am.